What's happening? What's up? What's going on? It's Daimeon Banks, and tonight I have a very special guest for you. It's a guy who I've watched over the years, been an inspiration to me. He's my favorite quarterback. He has to be your favorite quarterback. It's the myth, the legend, Vad Lee. Vad,
Well,
what's happening, my friend?
what's up, man? Thank you for having me, Damien. I appreciate you, man. This is an honor.
Yes, sir. It's been a while since we spoke. I know LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen, social media is not the devil, like a lot of people say. Social media brings people together in certain instances. And a couple of weeks ago, me and Dad, we reconnected on LinkedIn, of all places. And, I just asked him, what he had going on. And actually, he asked me what I had going on because that's the type of person that Dad is. And I asked him, what he had going on and everything. I know I've known him for a couple of years. So, again, he's my favorite quarterback. So I was like, hey, man, we need to get up and just talk about it. So why not do a Zoom meeting? So, Bad, for people who may not know your backstory, just briefly, because I know you're pressed for time, just give people a little taste of your history.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm from the Bull City, which if you don't know the Bull, that means you're not from there. So I'm from Durham, Carolina. I'll be proper. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. I was born and raised there, and since I was a young man, I had a dream, and that was to become an NFL football player. So I played with the Durham Eagles, and went to Rogers Hare Middle School, and then went to Hillside High School, where we went 16-0 my senior year and won the state championship there. And our motto was all in. Have some wonderful memories there. Then, of course, I ended up going to Georgia Tech, went down south to Georgia Tech, played there for a few, became a starting quarterback, and decided to transfer out to James Madison University. That gave me a greater opportunity to be able to showcase my full skills and talents. And Damien, I know you was at some of those games. So, a two-time All-American career there. Player of the year, all that good stuff. But then my senior year went down with an injury, and we'll talk more about that because that inspired some other thoughts like purpose over position, the book, and so I went to play for the New York Giants a little bit. Had to try out there. With those guys and played in the CFL with the Saskatchewan Roughriders, played in the Unicall Football League, was in the XFL last year until the pandemic came and shut that operation down. So that's been my football career. Been around the block.
Yeah, so you said that's been your football career. So in your travels and your experiences, did you ever in your wildest dream think that you would become a young Black author?
Not that I remember. I don't remember me dreaming and writing down in my notepad to become an author. One thing I always thought that I'll be an NFL football player, and that will transpire and inspire other things like maybe speaking or maybe writing and doing stuff. But God is so good because He allowed me to understand that I didn't need one position in life to birth other positions, right? I'm still valuable as His son. I'm still valuable where I am without positions to be able to go and do something cool like write a book. This is by far one of the coolest things that I've ever done, even including football. I think, stepping outside of that, this took a lot of hard work. It was a 4-year project for me, and it's definitely something that I do believe will bless other people.
And if you guys are looking behind you, the book is behind that, and it's called Purpose Over Position. And when you talk about purpose over position, just explain to people what you mean just by the title of your book.
Yeah. So, after my senior year, I was player of the year, had everything going for myself, and then I get hurt, the eighth game of the year, and I was devastated because that was my senior year. I lost, you can't play with your boys, you lose out on this. We were undefeated. I felt like we were gonna go and play in the national championship. Probably was gonna play against Carson Wentz, where him and I were the number 1 and 2 quarterbacks. And I was really looking forward to that. And when that didn't happen, all I could do was lean on my faith, right? All I could do, I didn't have anywhere to turn, any position to be able to hold on to. I no longer have my position as a starting quarterback. So now life is about transitions, right? Well, how are you transitioning, and are you transitioning well? So for me, this is one of the tests that I had to be able to transition. And for me, in 2017, I wrote in January 2017, I wrote on the vision board that, hey, to start writing the book, start writing the book. And it was 4 years now, 2021. Yesterday, January 26th, was an opportunity for me to become a national published author.
And you have a book, but within the book, it's not just about football.
Oh, no.
Although you are an athlete, but the book is so much more. And I'm looking at your sweatshirt now. I see you as QB1 because you're my favorite quarterback. You always be my favorite quarterback. Just the things that you did on the football field were amazing. And it was a pleasure to drive 4.5 hours
Oh, man,
to James Madison to see you play. But again, you said you got hurt your senior year and you had to, your thought process changed. You had to transition to another plane. So now you're a writer. Within the book, do you talk a little bit about how transitioning and different positions and the things that you need to do mentally to prepare yourself for that?
Absolutely. Purpose over position is more than just a motto. It will literally transcend the way that you think about life. When you think about purpose, and when you think about your walk in life, when you think about positions, you think about your job, you think about your sports team, you think about, whatever situation you're going through. Right now, we're in the midst of a pandemic, right? But I trust and have faith that there's greater purpose that is behind it all. Of course, it sucks. Of course, it's something that we don't want to be in, right? But it is an opportunity for us to arise and arrive over the position that we're in. It's an opportunity for us to seek purpose, seek God. When we talk about purpose over position, this purpose word really it represents like the spiritual, and position represents more of like the physical. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the spiritual is always over the physical. I'm saying that, purpose is associated with God, position is associated with me itself, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying God over me. So really, when we're talking about purpose over position, I like to think of an umbrella, right? Where you can be in the midst of rain and chaos and so much stuff that's going on in your life, but you're still covered by the umbrella of purpose. Though your position may seem to be, surrounded by so much chaos, you are still in position to be in purpose because God is covering you with the umbrella of purpose. So, this is not just a football book. This is a book that I truly believe is for such a time as this. And, what I like to say, hey, if you like football, then you'll like the book. If you like learning about God and growing in your faith, then you're definitely going to like the book. If you like both, then you're going to absolutely love this book. And I'm praying that, people will receive this, not just as a football book, not just as, a Vad Lee book, but receive it as a ministry. This is a ministry for me. This is God, breathe. And I do believe that God used my story to help somebody else along the way. So I'm just praying that it's received well and received with love.
And just by speaking with you tonight, another thing that you had on a vision board in 2017 to start writing a book. It is now 2021. The book is available on Amazon. It's available on Barnes and Nobles. It's also available on your website.
Absolutely.
Vadlee.org, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, you may not be successful in the time frame that you have in your mind, but just don't give up. You got to keep grinding. Like it took you 4 years to get to this point. So now you have a nationally published book. So how does that feel, man?
Man, there's always work that needs to be done. So don't ever allow your position to make you stop. Don't ever allow your position to make you give up. Don't ever allow one position to make you lose hope and lose heart. Because man, if we look at our positions in life, we definitely we suck, right? We positions suck. Life gets hard. But that can't be it. You know, I'm a firm believer that cannot be it for us. And if we want to understand our purpose, then we got to get to know God. And if we want to know God, then we got to get into His Word, right? So there's a process to everything. We just don't become, faith-based believers, believers in Christ. We don't just become that, at once. We It's a process towards that. And what this book is taking us through a journey. It's taking us through a process of understanding purpose, understanding positions. And no, don't think that when you see this line, like in math, you think that this position it is smaller now, but it matters. Your position matters.
Right.
So don't underestimate the position that God has you in, because it could be placing you into a position of purpose if you allow God to continue to just lead the way and cover you. So, man, we were created on purpose. We were created with purpose, and we were created for purpose.
So I know you sound excited about the book. I'm excited about the book.
Yes, sir.
Let everyone know again where you can purchase Purpose Over Position.
Yeah, you can purchase it on any platform. It's cool to be able to say that I'm a national published author, and you can purchase it at Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, Amazon. You can purchase it all over. I say run it up, run it up, run it up, because this is an incredible opportunity for us, right? It's an incredible opportunity, not just for me, but for us. But if you would, you could go to vadly.org, my personal website, where I will sign it for you personally. Write a message, whatever you need me to do. I'll definitely put it in there. And also, I don't have my children's book on me right now, but my wife and we co-authored a children's book called That's My Friend about 3 months ago. And that was birthed out of all the racial tension that's happening and still happening throughout our society. We want to build, our purpose is to build up young people. I have 2 girls, and two baby girls, and I've been surrounded in locker rooms with men, with men and guys. So my purpose is to build up young people, specifically to build up young men, but definitely to build up young people in the faith, in in life, and in all areas.
Vad, I know you got to go, man, but again, you're always my favorite quarterback. You are QB1.
I appreciate you, man. I do want to share that I put this hoodie on for you. My wife made this for me, and it's actually a line in a book, and it doesn't it's very humble. It's not what you think, but I was trying to prove a point or make a point in the book, and I was making a point, and I said, hey, think about your favorite quarterback. And in parentheses, I put, I hope your favorite quarterback is me, LOL. so I know I'm not, a lot of you guys' favorite quarterback, but man, I appreciate that. At least I got one.
Oh no, I mean, I know the story is still being written, my friend.
Oh, you know that.
Like, the story is still being written. But we were here tonight to talk about your book, man. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. Your wife, you and your wife have a book as well. You guys, man, black love, black love, black love. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta let that go. Vad actually has a prior engagement. He took time out of his busy schedule to talk to you all. So, Vad, thank you for joining us again. Go to vadly.org and run it up, like Vad said. Vad, man, thank you for joining me tonight, and we'll talk to you later, my brother.
Thank you, man. Take care of those babies and your wife. I appreciate you, and we'll be talking soon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, take care, bro.